Testing, hot outbound car, 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to hear?
Are you ready?
Make the approach. Plant your feet firmly in the ground. Head down. Eyes on the ball. Relax. That's it. Get your left arm straight. Your right arm straight. Relax. Lower your right shoulder. Go!
The Honeymooners Podcast, the only podcast that is all about the greatest show of all time, with the stars, Joe Conti and Louis Fatts.
Welcome, fellow raccoons and members of the Women's Auxiliary. What's happening, all you Hurricanes, Bensonhurst Bombers, and all you Thelma the Maids out there of the world? You're listening to the Honeymooners Podcast with me, Joe Conti, and my pal, Louis Fatts.
Mrs. Cramden, I have every confidence that the Lodge will make money. And in fact, I thought of a way of convincing Ralph not only of becoming part of the Lodge and not only okaying to play.
He's doing flubs now.
but being in it himself.
The only podcast all about the greatest show of all time. We record in the Non-Productive Studios at 328 Chauncey Street in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. Yeah. Subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts, and if you're on iTunes, give us a 5-star rating and leave a positive review. Our home base is Non-Productive.com/honeymooners, and you can also go there and you can contribute to our Patreon. Just go to Non-Productive.com/honeymooners, click on any episode, and if you want to contribute and support the show, our Patreon is right there. Don't forget to like our Honeymooners Podcast Facebook page and follow us on Twitter. And if you want to leave us a voicemail, and that voicemail is either just to talk to us or we can play it on the air, call 240-442-2635 and email us at
bangzoom1956@gmail.com.
What's going on, Lou?
Joe, number 77. We have a good 77 today.
I think we do.
All right. The first one is the big cat, Ernie Ladd. I don't know if you remember Ernie Ladd. He wore 99 with the Chiefs.
I don't know.
All right. Anyway, early in the early 60s, he wore 77 with San Diego.
Okay.
But here's the real 77 because it has a honeymooner connection to it.
Oh, okay.
Red Grange. And why does it have a honeymooner connection? His nickname, the Galloping Ghost. Not of Mystery Gulch. Just a plain old Galloping Ghost. Yes. He was the Galloping Ghost.
No way. Oh, that's great.
So that's our 77s of the week.
Oh, that is great.
Galloping
the Galloping Ghost of Mystery Gulch. And of course, before we get started, we want to thank and also talk about our one and only sponsor.
That's right.
Silk City Hot Sauce. Great hot sauce. Mm-hmm. It really is. I mean, you can ask anybody, and they're going to say the same thing.
Hey, that's great.
Yeah, you know what I mean? They're just going to stay. You're going to ask them for the second time, and they're going to be like,
Hey, stuff was great. It was very good. Yeah.
And I mean, and Lou, you love it.
I love it.
And what do you love about it?
Badass Jew, I loved hot. Yep. I like the other ones, the sweeter ones, the newer ones, the sweeter ones, the one with the mango in it.
Yes.
And the one
Slurp.
That Slurp, you like
Slurp, I love that. Yep.
And I also still like the Aztec Attack. Smoking, I love. Love them all.
Smoking, I'm telling you, the Slurp.
I never tasted anything like it before.
Yeah. I mean, it's a
commercial.
Yeah, it's great, But listen, if you got to go and get it.
Yeah,
it's our pal Jeff Kingfish Levinsky's place. It's homemade.
Mm-hmm. It's the most delicious you've ever tasted.
It really is.
It really is. I can't disagree there. I use it for other things too, Joe. I used it for a marinade.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did. I used it partially to marinate some pork. I used the one with the mango. I forgot the name of the one with the mango in it. Gave it a nice marinade, too.
Mango Madness, I think it is.
Mango Madness? Okay, that's what it is. All right. So
Yep.
I used that one. It was actually good. Made a good marinade. Yeah.
Very good.
I'm going to start writing a
and listen, for any of you that may be on a little diet or something.
How can this harm you? It's homemade.
It's homemade. So listen, what you do is you go to Silk. You bring a batch of it and you bring it to your boss, right? And you try. You get him to taste it. But what you do is go to SilkCityHotSauce.com, right? Get yourself some great homemade sauce, right? It's great. It's of course, right?
How can this harm you? It's homemade.
It's homemade stuff, right? Of course. And what you do is get yourself some great homemade hot sauce. Then when you go to purchase. Yeah. In the coupon corner, I think it's in the upper right-hand corner, there is a little coupon code thing, and you put RX in it, and it gets you 15% off of your order, and it gets you a 15% percentage.
Sorry, let's be clear.
And I'm sorry. And with that, you get a free bottle of cherry sriracha.
Cherry sriracha.
SilkCityHotSauce.com. Do it now. All right, because
It's the most delicious you've ever tasted in your life.
And I'm not going to get too into it. I don't want to ruin it the first time we have this. They'll be like, all right, enough of this.
Enough with that.
But please, and it's our pal, and he's our one and only sponsor. So support him. You support us, helps us out, and we can keep giving you great content.
Right.
So we have a lot of stuff today.
Yeah, today's going to be a good show.
And first of all, we just want to start off with a couple of our pals.
Right. We're going to skip the technicalities.
Skip the technicalities, right?
And go right to our pals.
First, I want to go to our one pal, David Joseph. He's a new listener, right? Who gave us some, great stuff that we were using.
Yeah, suggestions.
Some suggestions. What is he saying? Some fair enough with your suggestions.
Yeah, enough with your suggestions.
Not enough with this, but he said, "I'll thank you for no suggestions."
Yeah, that's what he said.
I'll thank you for no suggestions. Yes. But he found me on Twitter and he loved the show.
He can find me on Twitter.
No, he's not going to find Lou on Twitter. He couldn't find Lou in his house.
I gave him my address.
But and this guy, Maniac, he went through the first 50 episodes in 2 weeks. 2 weeks blasted through, and I think he's almost all caught up.
Yeah.
So he's an absolute maniac, and we love him and thank him. And also, our other pal, Joel.
Yep. Joel.
Borax. Right?
Yeah.
He actually is now running through all the episodes, he said.
Again.
For the second time.
It's like torturous.
I know. It's bad enough you heard this once.
Yeah, really.
But here's the interesting thing. Just like now they're up to episode 76 or whatever it is, right? Yeah. Think about it. He goes back to the first episode, right? Mm-hmm. It's like what? Now I'm not comparing us to the Honeymooners, obviously, right. But it's like watching the Honeymooners lost episodes. Because those first couple, we're starting to get our groove.
Yeah,
but now that you know how the show ends up, like what we've become, you can almost see it. You're like watching it in infancy.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, it's like that lost episodes into the Classic 39.
Classic 39.
Right, yeah.
And right now we're on Opportunity Knocks. I guess that's our thing. But yeah, of course, thank you guys. Yeah. And all of you maniacs.
Everybody out there, good stuff. Sending us good stuff.
Keep sending us stuff.
Mark's been good sending us stuff.
Mark's got some really good stuff. Yeah.
And Norm and a couple other people.
Absolutely.
Kevin, all the people. Well, you know who you are.
Yeah, of course. All right. And if you need that validation that bad, you're more mentally ill than we are. And we're doing this. So
we validated by our 613 followers. Oh, Dusty out in that hall.
Dusty out in that hall. All right. So, first we want to go to what did you call we were going to do this? The
Oh, wait a minute. Oh God, I got.
What'd you call it?
Oh, recall of the week.
The recall.
Oh no, we actually wanted to do the flub of the week first, right? Or you want to do the recall? You got it set up for the recall?
No, but I can do the. No, we can do the flub. I got the flub of the week.
Okay, whatever you want to do first.
This thing.
And now, the Honeymooners podcast presents...
It's not in the top hand drawer!
The flub of the week.
Now, this is... Listen, we're just doing this. We're just doing this because we want to hear the intro. I mean, really, it's not really a flub of the week, but it's kind of a recall.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of this new thing Louis just called it, the recall of the week.
But here's why. Because me and Joe, we come in and we say, oh, man, I should have said this last week.
Right.
Or I should have said that. Because like I said, our show's like an ad lib. We don't write. We write very little stuff down.
Yeah, we have like 4 or 5 topics. We try to want to go through them in order that we want to go through, but we just never know where we're going.
We just talk, and sometimes as you're speaking and talking, and if you want to call it that, what we do, just carrying on, you forget things. You do forget things.
Or something comes to you afterwards.
Yes, that's what
And
happens.
the great thing about doing a podcast is that you can come by next week. We never realized that. We're like, there are probably so many things we wanted to
God, there's so
add
many
to.
things.
So now we're like, well, why not?
Why not? We'll just call it
Why not
recall of the week.
Recall.
All right, now explain some why. All right, now this next one, the first one.
Right.
The reason why we called it a flub of the week,
Right,
is because this is where you guys can get in on this and tell us what you think. We don't know if it was it's not a stumble flub like me, just like I just did.
Correct.
It's more of like maybe that's the key word here, an omission flub.
Yes. Which I love how
Joe,
you made that up.
You got it queued up, Joe? For
actually,
or if not, we could just talk about it.
But I think I can get it queued up because it pretty much is how it starts. But it's from Young Man with
Young at Heart.
Young at Heart.
Young at Heart.
Right?
It's from Young at Heart.
With
our great one and done.
With our one and done that we did last week, which is
Judy Connors.
Judy Connors.
The great
Judy Connors, who you thought was on
Abbott and Costello.
I haven't
heard anything from
really
the
sure.
full-grown nuts out there, but maybe somebody will come up with something.
Right. So, anyway.
The intro.
So we have we got the little clip that we had of Judy Connors.
Judy Connors, yeah.
When she comes in her one scene, and the 20-year-old pretending to be 14.
I've just met the coolest
She's actually a cougar,
ever.
not a teenager.
You're in love again.
Not again, Mrs. Crandon. This is it. I finally found my superatomic package.
This is 2 years out of high school.
Angel cake forever and ever. I'll be Wallace's for all eternity.
Wallace?
Wallace? What happened to Freddie?
Oh, Mrs. Crandon. Freddie was so icky. A real termite. Strictly out of the wood. Besides, he was a mere child. Wallace is a real man.
Well, just how old is this Wallace?
He's almost 18.
Oh.
He's a real man of the world.
Yeah.
And I've got a date with him tonight. That's why I
Okay.
came up here to talk to you. You see, I hope you don't think I've been too nervy, but I've asked him to meet me up here at your apartment. So as soon as he gets here, would you call me? You don't mind, do you?
No, of course I don't mind, but why have him meet you here?
Well, he's never met my father, and I don't want to take any chances.
Oh.
I want to know what Mr.
Well,
Connor would do.
Yeah.
Where are you and Wallace going to go tonight, Judy?
Here we go.
We're going over to the amusement park,
This is key right here.
and we're going to go roller skating. See, they're having a bop contest.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to go on some of the rides, like the roller coaster, the tunnel of love.
Oh, boy, you kids certainly have fun. Roller skating, bop contest. Oh, dear, Ralph and I haven't done anything like that in years.
Well, I got to be going, Mrs. Crandon. Now, listen, as soon as
Okay.
Wallace...
So you got
it.
Now everybody knows the little glitch of the bop
contest.
The babka contest.
Yeah,
It's nice
Polish
Jewish
cake.
food and Polish cake, right? But
which you can actually get in Bayonne, believe it or not.
Oh,
They
really?
make excellent babka in Bayonne. Still a nice Polish community there.
Very nice. Very nice. I like that.
See, Bayonne,
I like babka.
Bayonne comes in here. Yeah, it's great.
The Bayonne bunch.
The
Get us
Bayonne
some-
bunch.
get
Yeah,
us some babka.
Yeah, with some babka, some Neapolitan
But it's not.
knockers.
But it's not that. We're not talking about that.
No,
because when you go a little bit further in the episode, right?
Oh, that's wonderful. And you know where we can go? They've got a wonderful rink over in the amusement park.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Roller skating?
And you know, there are a lot of other wonderful things we can do, too, Ralph. We can go on the roller coaster rides, and they're having a bop dance contest. And then, we can go take a ride through the Tunnel of Love and the Crazy House.
The crazy
And-
house? You don't have to go to any amusement park for a crazy house. We got one right here. Bob contest, roller skating.
Okay.
Okay.
So
that's
here
it.
we go.
All right. So here's the thing. Judy Connors, she went through her little list, and Alice repeats the list to Ralph.
Pretty much
so, right, Joe?
Yeah. Pretty exactly.
Pretty exactly.
Roller coaster. Tunnel of Love.
Bop contest.
Bop dance
bop-
contest.
But she never mentions Crazy House.
Correct.
Now, we were talking before the show, when we were putting this thing together, that the Crazy House is actually a funny line in the bit. It's very important.
It's what you know what it does? It launches his rant.
Yes, it does.
It's
There
the
you go.
launching pad for his rant.
That's right. Crazy.
Absolutely.
And it's a great line. Crazy House. We're not going to use a part for Crazy
And
House.
even when he went Crazy House, the audience already started giggling
Yeah.
because they already knew where he's going with that.
So we're thinking,
right,
in our warped way of thinking, did Judy Connors forget to say Crazy House.
Yeah, because everything else was almost verbatim for what she said, right? Roller skating,
Bob contest,
Tunnel of Love.
And she just said amusement park.
Right.
She says amusement park.
Right.
But we're thinking, was that an omission? Did she just
forget the
Crazy
Crazy
House?
House?
You know why we're just thinking that way? Because Crazy House is such an important part of what Alice and Ralph are talking about.
Correct.
It's the joke. We don't need a crazy. Yeah, we got a Crazy House right here. It's a funny joke. People, the audience laughs.
Right.
And that's it. So.
Yeah, so was it? Did she forget it? Mm-hmm. And then, of course, the great Audrey Meadows. Yeah. She's not going to not say it.
Oh God!
And look, it didn't like ruin the joke.
No, it doesn't,
because it was just a list of examples.
Just a list of examples. Because probably the audience at that point forgot about what Judy Connors had said.
Of course,
and
right.
Just listening to Al here, we have the we could listen to it 8,000 times, which we have.
Yes.
So we're just so anyway. That was our kind of flub of the week.
Correct. But yeah, so it was like we said, it could have been an omission.
Yeah,
because listen, it's like the chip the bone in his ankle. All of a sudden, like we said, you start to stumble.
And
maybe that
bop dance could have thrown her off.
Could have thrown her off, and she forgot her line of the Crazy House
as she's trying to recover from bop dance contest, trying to get through her. Through her little thing there.
Exactly.
And that's a good reason there. So
yeah.
we're thinking maybe. We're not saying nothing. We don't know anything. We don't know.
We're not going to accuse
Suzanne Miller when she's not here to defend herself.
Right. Yeah. The late great Suzanne Miller. We're not going to trash her because she forgot Crazy House. Unbelievable. It just really is unbelievable.
All right. So part 2 of all this.
Okay.
We have a new thing. It's called Recall of the Week. We're gonna get an intro for it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I gotta get Dave Ingram to do it.
Okay, I'll get Dave Ingram to do that. The recall.
We'll get a Swanee River for it with Dave voiceover. Yes. Now, everybody remembers a couple of weeks ago, and we had great response from it.
Awesome,
which is what we loved. It was one of the biggest responses we've ever had.
Yep.
On our page,
and it wasn't just like yes, no, 2 or 3. They were getting in depth on where they were getting the idea, where their information from.
Right, and it had to do with the eating. Remember, I gave Joe the trivia
of how many times
Ralph eats. Naming. I was actually giving myself the trivia because I didn't have the answer. Great trivia guy, I really give a question. I don't have the answer.
You're no Herb.
No.
You're no Herb Norris.
So anyway, the recall of the week here is. We said that Ralph, and I was saying to Joe, I'm not sure about TV or not TV. Did Ralph eat? And then our good friend Norm sent us clips of Norton eating. But there's a scene in there where they're both sitting there. Remember when they're switching the TV back and forth? Ralph's watching the stupid movie, that love movie.
Right.
And Norton's going back and forth to Captain Video.
Captain Video, right.
2 times there, Ralph picks up something from the table. We think it could be the popcorn because it's something small. Puts it to his mouth. And then Norton changes the channel to Captain Video. Ralph puts it down, goes back, changes it back to that stupid love movie.
Right.
Then
goes back, sits back, and then goes to grab the thing again.
And puts it to his mouth.
And then he changes it again.
And he
doesn't know that he's going to change the channel again.
But the whole thing is that Ralph did go to his mouth. Dusty on that hole.
Dusty on that hole.
Ralph did go to his mouth twice, but did not eat. So
no.
That was the TV or not TV. That's why it was on my head. Did he or did he not?
Correct.
So that's recall of the week.
And what I love about that, when you really think about it, something as inane as him picking up a tiny little piece, go to put it in his mouth, changes the channel, puts it down, changes. It's almost like to show that the character is continuing in what they do. Yeah. While the other person, where he thinks he's going to start watching it. And it was just
like he's going to get comfortable in there and start snacking while he's watching this dumb movie, Julia.
Yes.
Oh, Harry.
Oh, Harry. Oh, Julia. Oh, Harry, get down to the pool hall.
Oh, Harry.
So it's and I like the fact that you're noticing that little thing, and like I said, we would have never.
As I say, Joe was bugging me. I was saying I could have sworn he ate in that thing, and I couldn't find TV or not TV. I finally got it.
Oh, that's great.
And I saw it. I watched it. I said, there it is. I knew there was a motion, an eating motion. So that's that.
Okay.
So we have Flub of the Week and Recall of the Week.
Recall of the week. I can't wait to.
We could go back to like episode 42.
I know. Really. It might be something where we should start
Like,
going
turn
back and
back and
listening
like,
and be like, all right, back to episode 33.
You remember that one, don't you?
We'll just skip episodes 35 to 40.
And then we'll skip the technicality.
Yes.
Skip episode 40.
Yes. Okay, well, now let's get into something we haven't done, I think, in 1 or 2 episodes, and that is...
And now, from the observation deck overlooking the Johnson Building at 328 Chauncey
Forgot we
Street,
were doing this.
the Honeymooners podcast presents Louie's Observations.
All right. And, of course, the backbone of this program, right? Louie's Observations.
Well, show's an observation. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, the whole show's an observation.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah, the show should be, the podcast should be called The Observation.
Observation of the honeymoon.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to play this, Joe? You got to play the clip. All right,
Yeah,
Joe's
you
going
want
to
me to
play
play
the
the
clip.
clip
Play
first?
the clip.
Gotcha. Here we go. Let's go to the videotape.
Here's a little letter. I've been waiting for this from the Bureau of Internal Revenue, the tax department.
Oh, yeah, I noticed that when I was bringing the mail up today.
Well, why didn't you tell me it was here? I've been waiting for this. Do you know
at
what
her.
this is? My tax refund.
Hey, how much you getting back, Ralph?
Well, the way I figured it out, about $42. And it couldn't have come at a better time. I'm going to blow this whole thing on 2 glorious weeks' vacation fishing at Fred's Landing. Isn't that going to be fun, hon? I hope we get that same tent we had last year.
That ought to be easy. Tell them we want the one with a snake in it.
Norton, I'm telling you, you should have been with us. You would have died laughing. I thought I was going to kill myself laughing, watching her run away from that snake.
How could you see me run? You were way ahead of me.
Norton's laugh is great there.
So great.
Shut up, Dizzy Dean, and eat your spaghetti.
All right.
Wait,
So-
we had to leave the Dizzy Dean line. in.
Yeah,
It's one of my-
absolutely. Yeah, it's a
one of
great
my
line.
favorite lines.
And I just love how he's like, "Why didn't you tell me? He's been home for 10 minutes. He's home for 2 minutes."
walked
And
in
she-
the
yeah, it's
door.
like what's she supposed to do? Make a paper airplane at him and hit him in between the eyes? But all right, so now
right.
Louie's got a great.
All right, here's the
and
up-
it's more of a it's more of a it's more of a I wonder what.
Yeah, it's like I
more of a
wonder what.
question.
Yeah, like a more of a question. Like, okay,
Yeah.
here's the question. If you want to put it that way. What did they do for 2 weeks at Fred's Landing in a tent?
Can you imagine?
What did they eat? Fish 3 times a day? What did they do?
Yeah, exactly. Like Gilligan's Island with coconuts.
Yeah.
It would have just been, can I get a fish omelet?
Yeah, like, I mean,
give me a fish. Can I get an FLT? Fish and lettuce and tomato.
Well, they didn't have the professor with them. And like they construct a microwave oven out of the coconut. But
The professor.
So what do you think about their day. Let's start from the beginning and the end of the day.
Awful.
All right, they fished.
Awful.
But what did they do for
I know.
2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks at Fred's
Then they could have,
Landing.
they could have said for a glorious weekend at Fred's Landing.
Yeah.
But then again, we always mention this in our previous podcast. It's the exaggeration of comedy.
Yeah.
The exaggeration puts the joke over and gives more meaning to what they're trying to get at.
And 2 weeks is just enough for it to be a long time, but not unrealistic. It wouldn't be like it's, a month at Fred Landing. Like nobody's staying a month.
Nobody's staying a
It's
month at Fred Landing.
vacation. Nobody's doing it. But 2 weeks, it's a ridiculous amount of time to be in a tent.
In a tent.
On purpose.
Yeah, that's like saying, what else are you eating? I mean, I don't think Fred has like a snack bar or stuff. I mean,
There's a diner.
Fred's
Diner.
Fred's Diner.
Yeah, Fred's
next to the gasoline station, Fred's Diner, and Fred's Landing all combined into one. Which would be great. Fred's Diner. That's great.
Why don't we just call the town Fred's?
Fred, yeah.
It's where we go. We're going to Fred. Is that a
Fred's.
town? Yeah. It's in Tibet.
Yeah. We can get there. They took 5 miles off the trip there, or 5 hours off the trip.
5 hours off the trip.
So anyway, that's the observation. What did they do for 2 weeks?
2 weeks at Fred's Landing. Fishing
now.
Fishing in Fred's Landing. That's the main crux of the vacation.
And tent. Here we're staying in a tent. It wasn't like Fred's Hotel, which he may have had Fred's Motel.
Right.
Along with the gas station and the diner. But they specifically say tent because it sets up the snake joke, which is very funny. Which is very funny. And Norton's laugh is great.
Yeah. It's just so great.
And then, of course, Dizzy Dean. I mean, these are all things all together.
Just works out.
Yeah, it works out.
It's a really, by the way, underrated scene.
It is.
Those three, that table, it's the whole episode except for just going down to Richard Putters.
Yeah, Richard Putters, yeah.
It's just them three.
Yeah, remember to now, going back, $42.55.
Yeah, it's
is
almost
equivalent to $400.
$400.
So $400.
Not bad.
Not bad. You could have a better vacation than Fred's Landing in a tent. I mean, the tent is what gets me. It's like you're in a tent. And what else are you doing there? Like I say, is Ralph like, he's like foraging for like nuts and berries to go in the forest,
Yeah, that's not even a Ralph thing.
Like,
the fishing part is a Ralph thing.
Like hunter and gatherer.
Yeah, exactly. One with nature.
Yeah, like I don't see Ralph.
No.
This is the guy from Bensonhurst.
Yeah, just picture him in his bus uniform.
Yeah, because he's always going to have the bus uniform or the suit.
Or the suit.
With the tie.
Yeah, exactly. Never had a T-shirt or a pair of shorts.
Or he did have the fishing costume when they were going to
That's
something
true.
fishy.
Yeah.
He did have the whole get-up.
Right. But that was for one day.
One day. That makes sense.
Got to get up one day fishing.
Yeah, I was going to say, the weekend at Fred's Landing, fine. I would have been good with that. We wouldn't even be doing an observation. But 2 weeks turns this into an observation. All right, Joe.
All right.
That's that.
All right. Very good,
Louis'
observation. Very funny. This is something that I just the other day I was just watching, just putting on an episode, and I really enjoyed this, and I'm looking for it, and I don't see it. Where is it?
Uh-oh, I'm not going to have to do my Kevin Nealon imitation again.
No.
Good.
It's some. Hold on. I got to close this out. Here we go.
And another thing, when you get ideas, write it down on a piece of paper. When you get these thoughts, write it down, jot it down so you don't forget it. Boy. Tonight I was so proud of myself. I thought I had a wonderful head on my shoulders. Till I found out it was yours.
Great line. One of my favorite.
Ralph,
One of my way he delivers it to is perfect.
Norton, I'm probably the most fortunate guy in the whole world to have a friend like you.
Well,
You're one of the nicest guys I know.
And listen, you're coming with me tomorrow, You're coming with me right down to Mr. Marshall's office, and I'm going to tell him that all the ideas that I gave him are your ideas, and you are the man for supervisor.
Oh, thanks, Ed.
Wow. And furthermore, if things pan out the way that I think they will, and there's no reason why they shouldn't, and there's an opening in that bus company for me, I'd be glad to work for you. RK.
Guy's a pretty nice guy, ain't he? One of the best guys in the whole world.
You better write that down, Ralph, before you forget it.
I'll write this down, too. Baby, you're the greatest.
Now, we discussed this a couple episodes ago about Ralph's transition, Gleason's going from absolutely infuriating, hating Ed to totally like loving his friend and knowing that his friend is a great guy. But I loved the last piece of it. I just loved the verbiage that they used because he went from write it down on a piece of paper,
jot it down.
And then when the ending happened, and he says he's a really nice guy, one of the best guys in the world, and she says, "You better write it down before you forget it." And he says, "I'll write this down
too."
And I just thought it was so it like gave me it gave me chills because I thought it was done so well. Like the writing for that ending was just so good.
Yeah, it is.
Like to have her say something so poignant and cute.
Yeah.
Gets a chuckle.
Yeah.
And he follows it with, "I'll write this down too."
too.
Instead of just saying you're the greatest.
Baby, you're the greatest, yeah.
He was like, "I'll write this down too." And it was just so great. I just loved it.
Yeah, it's a great scene. Now, there's another thing in that scene that I love.
No, boy.
Of course. One of my favorite Ed Norton jokes.
Right.
I had head on, thought I had a good head on my shoulders until I found out it was yours.
Correct.
And if you watch Ralph's face, Ralph has zero reaction to what he just said.
He's still so he's like so emotionally affected that his friend is now telling him this was all your idea.
Yeah,
and I'm sorry. He came down and apologized.
But the thing is, it's almost like a yogiism. You know what he meant. It just didn't come out right. What Norton said. I thought I had a good hand on my shoulders until I found out it was yours.
Right.
It's like a yogiism. It doesn't come out right, but you know what he meant. And Ralph is just standing there, like he's not hearing exactly what Norton said.
Right.
He's just taking it as we're taking it. Wow, he just gave me actually thinking that he just gave me a compliment in an Ed Norton way, like in a yogi, in like a yogiism way.
Right.
He was
right.
He was complimenting.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, that was his way of complimenting. I thought I had a good head on my shoulders until I found out it was yours.
Well, it was like the other line. She knew she was getting the worst of it. Yeah, you could say that again.
Right.
When talking about the marriage or something, she knew that she was getting the worst of it.
Oh, that was Mambo.
Mambo.
Yeah.
She knew she was getting the worst, so you could say that again.
Yeah.
He didn't realize what Norton just said to him.
Where he actually insulted him.
Yeah, he actually insulted him, but he took it.
And this one, he was saying something sweet, and he didn't really recognize it. He was still so emotionally.
He was sucked up by the whole thing.
The whole thing. Yeah. So but it's just, and if you really go back and watch, and when you're watching Norton say that, look at Gleason.
Yeah,
he's got his head down, but he's looking up.
Right,
and he's got that look like. Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Like, but not wow like wow, but like wow.
Emotion. It's an emotional look to it. It's like kind of like
very sullen.
Yeah.
But like almost no emotion. Look, almost like just kind of like
almost embarrassed type. He's like standing there, just embarrassed.
Yeah, there's something
I
can't explain.
Something uneasy about what's going on here.
Yeah, and he's just so like.
And then Ed gets.
There's a softness about it. Like I can't believe. Wow, this is my friend.
Yeah, my friend.
Like look what he's saying.
Yeah. Yeah,
and for him, and of course, part of this transition of his emotions, gets into the end, and I just love it.
And it's a great scene.
I just love it.
Scene.
Yeah, it really is.
Good one.
Another episode that maybe doesn't get as much of the. I just think it's just a very good episode. It doesn't have anything that's really over the top.
No,
has a classic moment or classic line. It's just a really good episode.
It's a good episode.
It's like the other 34 that are like that. That are just great episodes. Nothing about them that
good in their own right.
Yeah, that like maybe the average person isn't going to go, the blabbermouth episode.
I was just going to say that. It doesn't have a blabbermouth moment.
Right. Or it doesn't have like the golf outfit or the space suit.
Yes.
The man from space thing.
Right. There isn't that would you call it like that visual? There's not a visual.
It's that over the top, something more of like that iconic, reference or moment that has gone through. But anybody that watches that episode, it's like, what a great episode.
Great episode.
Absolutely. All right.
Then of course you got Mr. Marshall. I heard he's great with Mr. Marshall. He's one of my favorites.
All right. Well then, what? Oh yeah.
Oh, we're gonna.
Yes. All right. Last week when we talked about Mamba.
Mamba.
And it was our pal Michael Bruce who kind of nudged us along, kind of gave us the idea. He kind of gave us the push into the idea about Ralph's ridiculous behavior about a guy who's just teaching women
the Mamba
to dance.
Yeah, the dance. And tonight you can try with your husbands.
Yes. But now with the episode, in fact, is it the no, it wasn't. Which is the one? Oh, that's Brother Ralph.
Yeah, it's Brother Ralph because
it's Brother Ralph.
Yeah, it's when he gets laid off.
It's when he gets laid off, right?
Yeah,
and it's when he gives the recommendation, to get a traffic expert.
Traffic expert. Because that's important here.
Right.
Traffic expert.
A traffic expert.
Remember that.
To figure out the problems that's going on
in the Gotham Bus Company.
So his thing is, why would they need, he's like a traffic expert. Now, isn't this a bus company?
Yeah, like now, Now, in the past, we've known through episodes that there's a traffic manager.
Correct.
Yeah. And there's also an assistant traffic manager. Okay? So now...
Which Ralph would love to be either one of them.
And Joe, this is great because I didn't realize this. I actually get a chance to go through my list.
Oh, no.
Now, Joe loves my list. Now,
okay,
we got the Gotham Bus Company here. Now, they have to go outside to figure out that there's too many buses on Madison Avenue. Now, we got Mr. Marshall couldn't figure this out.
Nope.
Mr. Monahan couldn't figure this out.
Nope.
Mr. Harper couldn't figure it out.
Mr. Harper.
Nor Mr. Douglas.
Because
he's him,
well,
she,
of course. Yeah,
it,
yeah,
you, he's stumbling. We have Mr. Peck and Mr. Tebbets. They couldn't figure it out.
Well, yeah, they're too busy eating
Charlie,
snacks.
Well,
Charlie's too busy raising dogs.
Busy raising dogs.
Right.
Miss Evans, the secretary.
Miss Evans, wow.
Now, we also have Bert Wiedemeyer is the general manager.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So now you got this is
Bert Wiedemeyer.
Bert Wiedemeyer, I'll tell you what, this Gotham Bus Company is very top heavy. It's really top heavy. They got a lot of people in management.
You got
here.
4 drivers, him, Freddie Muller,
and they're all on Madison Avenue.
And Havermeyer.
And they're all
on Madison Avenue.
Yeah. That's the problem. You got Mr. Muller. We don't know if that's Freddie or not.
Right.
And then we got other people. Mr. Gordon.
That's right. Yeah, Gordon. That's right.
Riley. Remember? I can only give you 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
That's Riley. And there's a couple people we don't know about. Like Clements and Brenson and Pete. Well, Pete, he's a mechanic.
Yeah, he was probably just
but still, he could probably ask Pete, the mechanic, like, Pete, what's up? You got too many buses on Madison Avenue. Thank you, Pete.
Now go change my carburetor.
Yeah, so that's the deal with this. So they needed an outside guy to figure this out.
I know. And for Ralph to say, why don't we get a traffic expert? That got him a $5 prize. Could you imagine that? Like, somebody's like, hey guys, why don't you try doing... why don't you get somebody who can help you come up with ideas for your podcast? You know what? You're getting a prize for that.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, no. That's the idea is you need to have people that know about traffic.
It's like, like somebody coming in and instead of giving us ideas, starting their own podcast. Like, what am I going to feed those 2 idiots for? I can do this myself.
Exactly. Oh, that is great.
So that's
you
great.
finally got your list.
What
a perfect time to
for my. And I just thought of it. I had my list because I was trying to think of the people that worked there. I couldn't come up with this. Because what got us the first time we mentioned this last week, we were talking about what we could do for this week. This came up, and I was saying, well, don't they have a traffic manager and an assistant traffic? Like, what is their job?
Yeah, what are they doing?
Yeah, like, really? What are you doing?
I know what they did.
And a dispatcher.
Yes,
and a dispatcher.
That's true. You know what they did? They all worked together to build their little suggestion box. So that Ralph could put his suggestion in.
They got rid of that crammed and loud mouth. Oh, so that's
great. Yes.
Oh, man.
So, of course, our pal Michael Bruce kind of helped us along with that. Thank you for pushing us into that direction. We're at that time, everybody.
Yep.
And it's one of my favorite times of the show.
Oh, yeah.
And so is Louis. And here it is.
And now, Tom, who is our first guest, please?
Our first guest, ready to leap the first hurdle on his way to the $99,000 answer, is our
courier from Parsippany, New Jersey, Joe Conti.
Thank you.
I want to see the expression on your face when you miss that. required to say that.
Yeah, really.
All right, Joe. This is one of our newer ones.
Ooh, sorry.
Let me just say, Ralph, that we ripping.
I don't know why. I just wanted to hear that. I'm sorry. Okay.
All right. I forgot my
Here
place.
we go.
Oh, we're on trivia. Of course, prepare. Oh my God. This was prepared by Professor Walter Newman. Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome.
Bailed out my flub.
This was prepared by
Professor Woolman.
And apparently there was somebody stabbed upstairs.
He need the nooners. And him shit. He him shit. All right. Here's the trivia.
Okay.
One of your favorite ones.
Oh, okay.
Finish the line. We only did this once before, and you got it. You nailed it.
Okay.
Word for word. Okay. This is from On Stage.
Gotcha.
And let me see how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 words you're going to have to fill in at the end. You got to be kind of on there, but we'll give you a little,
Okay.
in there.
You got to be close.
Yeah, a little close. Okay. Just give Ralph a party and a room full of people, and he's the first person to do.
He's the first person to.
I'm going to give you the next word. Hula. The first person to do a hula.
A hula dance with a lampshade on his head.
You got it.
I couldn't think of the part of the dance.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, do like a not mamba dance.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of it. That's great.
That's it. You got it.
I love that.
I gave you a hula. I said, no, I was going to originally give you the hula, and I took it out. I said, no, it's going to be a little hard without the hula.
Yeah, to get that
to
start.
Get
the start.
Yeah.
And then, boo-hoo, I was gone.
You got it. You got it.
So, I'm trying to think now, who can we thank? First of all, we should thank our pal, Jeff Levinsky, right?
Yes, the Kingfish.
Our Kingfish, great hot sauce. Our great sponsor, right?
Yeah.
And who else? There we go. Who else can we thank? All you guys out there, all of you pals, you guys are great, man. We appreciate all you guys do. Who email us? They email Louie all the time.
Yeah.
Comment us on our Facebook, and some of you special pals like Michael and Bibbs and Mark and Ira
Kevin
and all you guys. Kevin, all you guys, man.
Norm, everybody.
Don't forget to share on your social media either one of our episodes or maybe just the idea, like, hey, this is a great podcast, maybe one of the videos that we got.
Yep.
Share it on your Facebook or whatever social media you have. Also, the Facebook group, the Honeymooners Raccoon Lodge with Joy and Brother Norton. And also check out my 1-hour comedy album called Happiness. You can download it anywhere you get music or comedy. And that's it. And we're a little behind. Whoops. I'm going to just pause that.
Pause that now so I could
we went a little. And actually, we'll just do. And.
Pluribus raccoonum.
No, we'll just. For me and Louie.
There we go.
Episode number 77 in the books. For me and Louie, I say we'll see you next time.
E pluribus raccoonum. Night all.
RX.
Good night. Good
Thank
night.
you.
Good night. We'll have to do this again real soon.
How about tomorrow night?
This has been a non-productive media presentation. Executive producer Frank Hablawi. This program and many others like it on the Non-Productive Network is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial No Derivatives license. Please share it, but ask before trying to change it or sell it. For more information, visit non-productive.com.